So we'll start today with the hotel bed bug program that we have. A lot of our knowledge comes from a background of pest control. We're the leader in the industry when it comes to heat, but we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about the bed bug problem in your hotels. As many of you have noticed over the last couple of years, the bed bug situation's gotten worse. And so the immunity is developing in the bed bugs. It's not slowing down. The new reports just came out this week, and New York has dropped all the way down to 17th a couple of years ago. It's back to number 3 this year. We've seen an increase in Philadelphia and Chicago. And Chicago's number 1 now, but in Washington, D.C., these cities that dropped off the map a little bit, now making it our comeback. So it's not because we're not doing a good job. It's they're becoming immune to chemicals and other treatment methods. We want you guys to know the guests are more aware. As you guys know, you're getting more complaints all the time. People looking for free rooms. We're going to try to help you with that. But the big thing I'm going to tell you about today is if anybody's here from Florida or Texas or anything like that, the tropical bed bug has now been back. It's been found 2 case studies in Florida. And by the way, I'm Jeff Zimmerman, a bed bug heat doctor. But the tropical bed bug has been out of the country for 60 years. The University of Florida is now doing 2 follow-up studies on 2 cases in Florida. They just reported a case in Texas. This bug is so different than what we have here already. It's immune to chemicals. It's able to travel more distance than the regular bed bugs we have here. It also can develop in wood and paper, where some of this stuff can't. And it also can, doesn't come out in the day, so you won't be able to see it. It goes hiding and it stays in really dark crevices. Some of the areas we're not checking. So a little bit of my experience. I've worked in 5,000 hotels personally doing bed bug treatments. I've been in the field. Some of my customers are here, I see. And the 10 years that I had in experience is 4 of that selling heaters to customers and helping them. The other 6 years doing services. That's when we came up with 5,000 hotels. I owned the only pest control company that concentrated on hospitality in Michigan for a lot of years. Quick history lesson we're going to go over today. What you guys need to know. Stuff you should be worried about, like the tropical bed bug. And then what you guys should be doing. We'll take a minute or 2 to go over that. And then where things are going. So this is the timeline for bed bugs. A lot of you guys know they've been around for years. U.S. didn't have a problem for many, many years. A lot of you guys sitting in here, same age as me, your grandparents used to say, don't let the bed bugs bite when you go to bed, and you laughed and said, oh, what's that? Well, now we know, and it's not making any disappearing acts anytime soon. So that's where we're at in the present time, where they're big and becoming more populated in different areas. We're watching those trends. The thing that you really need to know is right here, it's a $51 billion industry, and a lot of that is coming out of the hospitality pocket. And so we're trying to help you guys be more educated, what to do, how to handle it, so you guys pay less so we can drop that number. But about the cost of that is $10 million in hospitality alone. So 1/5 of $1 million to spend is coming out of your guys' pockets. You can't prevent it, but we can help you proactively go after it. Some hotels are doing better at handling the problem, and that's what we're trying to do, is help other hotels handle the problem. This is the stages of bed bugs. They start out as an egg, they turn into nymphs, and each time they do a blood meal, they shed until they become an adult. When they become an adult, they're engorged, they're burgundy in color, and are a lot big than flat ones. The flat ones are really small, but they haven't had a blood meal, so when they get a blood meal, they get engorged and really thick. This is the one we're talking about. This is the tropical bed bug. Difficult control, back after 60 years. That's the scary part. 60 years ago in Florida, they had bed bugs all over. They were all tropical bed bugs. The case studies are showing kind of symptoms that this bug is actually superimposed that one. It's bigger and stronger. It can live up to 20 feet away, doesn't like the light, and like I said, it can live in wood and paper. That's the only bed bug that can live in paper, like books and stuff like that. You can find them in books, but this one can live in books. Stuff you should be doing, this is stuff we want you guys to start getting active in. Training your housekeeping, maintenance, front desk, management to go after them, to look for them, to proactively put traps out, monitor them. If you have a program, put it in place. We have a program that we wrote for you guys. Stop by our booth 305, we can go over that. A lot of that is done for your help. The inspection of the rooms, we have check sheets that show your maintenance and housekeeping, how to check them. So if you're part of that program, you can do that. The best treatment for your property, either chemical or heat, you have to decide. If you're in an area that there's not a lot of population of the bed bugs, you might be able to get away with chemicals still. Otherwise, you're gonna have to start moving the heat. You're gonna pay for it or buy it. So it's your choices, but be proactive. That's the best way to actually beat it. Like I said, you can't stop it, but if you're proactive, you're way ahead of the game, because 90% of the hoteliers wait until they have a problem. We're trying to get you guys more active, so it's 10% that doesn't act and 90% that are acting. Jason is next, and if you have any questions, we're gonna hold all questions until after the session, and then at the end you can ask all your questions. So right now, Jason, come up.